Hi, I am a bird.
She's a bird.
This video is about me. It's my birthday. Sakanka's prepared a long list. No, it's not. It's not my birthday. It's a review of first openings on Happy First Friday.
Yes, happy birthday Friday!
And I had some friends in my ASL class that
Tell the audience what that means.
that means class. It's like a group of people that learn together.
Nice
No,
airplane
yeah.
style joke there.
Thank you. It's it's American Sign Language. I'm still learning. You can't tell I got the wings on, but somebody had mentioned Kaiser Sose,
Yeah.
and they're like, you know who that is, right? Like everybody was talking about. I mean, it was somebody made a comment. I didn't know this. Like I don't know what that is. I've heard it, but I don't know what it is. And he's like, he said a couple things, and he's like, you need to watch The Usual Suspects. So, and that's all he said. He's like, just watch it. So I mentioned Sakanko, and he had that.
Yes,
so,
I do.
So we decided to watch it, and it was full of a bunch of sussy bakas.
Ha ha ha.
So sussy.
Yes. Very.
And what happens next? Hey, there we go.
Do you want to mention who the sussy bakas are?
Okay, well we've got Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey,
This
yeah.
is you know, the movie. What year did it come out? 1995? I don't even remember.
The 95. Yeah, you're right. Correct.
Okay,
95.
I actually remembered you reading that. So yeah, Kevin Spacey, who has
Spacey.
rather unfortunate for him, but this
Apparently,
was
he's only like 5'7", according to
back
this.
when we used to not know any better. Gabriel Byrne.
Let's see. Yes, Gabriel Byrne. I guess he's the guy in the middle, right? Oh, he gotta be.
Yeah. That's the guy who played Satan in End of Days.
I see. Okay.
Then you have Chaz.
Parliamentary?
Yes,
I don't know who they.
he played Agent Dave
Oh, okay.
Kujan or Kuhan.
So he's one of the
Kujan.
police officers, so he wouldn't be on.
Yeah. And there's Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah, Steve
who
Baldwin.
played Michael McManus. McManus. Sounds like a cop name.
The guy in black hair.
Yeah. You've got Benicio del Toro.
Yes, he
That's
is the tall
Fred-
guy right there.
Fred Fenster. Yes. He's been
He-
in a couple things.
He was notoriously very gassy when they were filming this scene.
Yeah.
He farted and all the characters were cracking up.
Yeah, that was my only experience with that. I was watching YouTube videos of candid moments that made into movies,
Mhm.
and that was one of them.
Ah.
And then you've got Kevin Pollak,
Yes,
also
on
from
the right.
Sixth Day. End of Days. And he played Ton Hockney. Oh yes, and then there's Pete
Postlewaite.
as Kobayashi.
Yes. He
Yeah.
was in the Jurassic Park sequel.
Yes. And then there's Susie Amos as Eddie Finneran. And this guy almost needs no introduction. Giancarlo Esposito. He was, oh my gosh.
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito. Yes.
Gian.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It might have been like his first breakthrough role. I don't
You know,
know.
I feel bad because the only name.
Gustavo Fring.
Yeah, he's the only character I remember the name to. He was also in The Mandalorian,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and
I remember that.
and he's in The Boys, and he basically always plays the same character. He's the big evil boss.
All right, so he's been acting since 1979, evidently. But...
Oh my gosh, he was in Maximum. Oh wait, is that what that is? Is that him? Maximum Overdrive? Oh my goodness, that's the movie that Stephen King made while he was on coke.
Was he really? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Apparently
I
he.
liked
Oh
it.
snap! He was in Trading Places as cellmate number 2.
Oh, there you go.
So the beginning of the movie when he goes to jail, I'm presuming. I think I remember seeing somebody matching his description there. Okay. He was in Desperately Seeking Susan.
Oh, what are you mumbling? You gotta say it loud for the audience.
Desperately Seeking Susan, Kings of New York, Mo Better Blues, Malcolm X.
Oh, he was in The Usual Suspects.
He was Thomas Hagen in Malcolm X. Interesting.
Okay, this is a...
Okay. Very big tangent here, yes. All right, so what did you think of the movie?
I was wonderful. Oh gosh, well, see, I didn't know what to expect. I
That's a good
figured
thing.
it was gonna be just a paint by numbers gangsta movie that was overrated.
Oh, and directed by Bryan Singer. Forgot to mention that earlier.
yes, from the X-Men.
Yes.
And maybe
Figure
right
out what's
there.
going on with this chair.
Yeah.
You're talking about replacing yours. Mine just keeps sinking.
Anyhow, I didn't know what to expect. Thought it was gonna be pretty generic and overrated, and it is actually quite interesting. The movie had less to do about whatever specific job they were on, and it started to shift over to who this mysterious character was,
Yes.
whose name I forgot for the moment.
Oh, come on.
Kaiser Sose.
There you go.
Yes, and it was all about the mystery and the myth of the man, and it basically didn't really matter what these criminal guys did because, you know, all they had to know is that they upset Kaiser Sose and he is coming for them. If you think he's dead, he's not, and if you think you're safe, he's coming for you.
Yeah, there you go. Very good.
Yeah. But I didn't know what to expect. I thought that was pretty interesting, and which is good because there's a few parts where I nodded off just because I was really tired, not because the movie was bad. And I really enjoyed it. Although I found the ending to be super predictable.
Ah.
I'm sorry.
Well, was that also just due to the pop culture osmosis?
It was probably a little bit, but when I didn't know when things were referencing this movie. As opposed to like when I know when they're doing like a Wizard of Oz, like I know the whole movie through cultural osmosis.
Yes.
I've never actually seen the actual movie.
That's okay.
Yeah, I will eventually. But then like this movie, when people did spoofs of it, or references to it, I didn't know.
Same.
Like Key and Peele did one of my favorite skits because they're all really good.
Yes.
And they reference it very heavily, and it was. I didn't.
You'll have to show it to me then. I don't know that one.
Oh, it is wonderful. I know it gets referenced in Scary Movie.
Yes, I had not seen this movie when I saw that movie. Obviously, I saw Scary Movie way too young. Yeah. I was definitely underage to see Scary Movie. A lot of jokes went over my head. References all went over my head. But it wasn't until we were going over. It's like. Oh yeah, I guess that was referencing The Usual Suspects.
Yeah, it's
random.
It's like it's more apparent
because it's not a horror movie; it's a thriller, or mystery thriller, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Scary Movie just referenced so many things.
Yeah,
mostly a lot of horror movies, but not exclusively. But
the sequels started to diverge from the premise quite a bit more, but. Yeah, now knowing that was a reference to Usual Suspects now makes that even weirder.
Yeah, that's at the end. I think it's safe to get spoilers.
But in any case, another reference that I had for it was Robot Chicken. They did a whole parody of the big reveal scene where the father had been telling the son the story about Santa Claus, and all the things that he was referencing were all just things in the room.
Yeah.
And the kid's looking around, noticing all the different things that he was just calling on. It's like, oh, he's a big fan of the Chicago Bears, and there's a Chicago flag and
Yeah.
crate and barrels. Here's a barrel laughs.
Okay, yeah.
And all this. So they did the whole bit there, and the mug breaking and everything as well.
Yeah. The whole thing is told by, they're interviewing Kevin Spacey's character, and he's telling the whole story. I'm like, well, if these other guys are gone and he's the only one that's left, like he's the guy.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't see it any other way. Plus, he was so obvious.
They tried to throw in a fake out at the end that it wasn't him. It was this other guy that was on the crew. He didn't really die.
Yeah, Satan.
He just thought he saw him die, but he wasn't. He didn't get a good view. That's because he was Kaiser Sose the whole time. It's like, yeah, no. And the other thing was the whole time they have one guy who's was a Hungarian, I think.
Uh-huh.
He was all burnt and he only spoke Hungarian. They needed a translator, and they kept cutting back to him throughout the movie or throughout the story that he was giving a description of what Kaiser Sose looked like. And just at the end, after the guy Kevin Spacey's character has left, the fax machine comes through because this movie came out in the 90s. Fax machine comes through and printed out is that's totally just Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, it was an artist. He was trying to say it's a police sketch.
Yeah, it's a police sketch of what Kevin Spacey looks like.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my God, it was him. Where'd he go?
Yeah, and it was too late.
And he was died.
Because he had the whole thing like, oh, it couldn't be him because he's simple and crippled. And it was like, that's him.
Also, there's one other moment in the scene where they're talking to Kobayashi, getting him they're gonna kill him, and he's manages to talk his way out of it. Right? In that scene, Kevin Spacey's character, who earlier in the interrogation room could not light a lighter to light a cigarette, he needed the detective to light it for him. And that's in the scene with Kobayashi, we see him light a cigarette. And it's like no attention is called to it. It just happens on the side of the screen. So you're paying attention to them talking to this guy, and then there he is lighting up his cigarette. Like it's not an issue for him, which it should be considering he's supposed to have trouble with his hands. So that was the clue. That was like the clue to the audience that maybe this whole thing is an act. He's not really that crippled or whatever.
I guess the mystery.
He was also able to fire a gun. I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Yeah. I think the mystery is more like, is Kaiser Sose real or not? The fact that it was him was like, once we pretty well established that he was real, that it's like, well, it's Kevin Spacey. I mean, come on. Like, is the only character it would have made sense for.
Yeah.
And turns out he was a terrible monster in real life, too.
Oh. Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about that.
Yeah, apparently he won an Academy Award for that role.
Yeah, he was. He was always interesting to watch.
Yeah, where was it? There we go. Yeah, he won Best Supporting Actor Academy Award. Movie also won Best Screenplay, written and directed for the screen, directly for the screen. And, so that's, unfortunately it didn't seem to win any other Academy Awards, just those two. Anyhow, you glad you got to see it?
Yes, I am. Oh, I did want to add real quick that Giancarlo Esposito, when we were trying to, which one could it be? I did go through the Rolodex to try to see who would fit. I was like, well, maybe Giancarlo Esposito. I was like, maybe it's him because in everything I've seen him in, granted it's more recent, far more recent, is that he's always the criminal mastermind.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe in this he is too. But
you thought he was Kaiser Sose?
I thought there was a possibility. I tried to see, okay, could it be this guy? Could it be this guy? Obviously, it's not going to be a dead guy. But then they make you question, maybe it is the dead guy. Maybe he wasn't really dead. And I was like, okay, that would be kind of a twist. Then it was Kevin Spacey. I was like, well, I mean, that's far less interesting to me. Just because, but I'm whatever.
It was a big twist for the time, I guess.
Yeah. It probably back then I would have been surprised. I think maybe I've just been spoiled.
Also, when did we say the movie 7 came out? Was that before or after this?
I thought it was after.
Oh,
but I don't remember. Alexa, when did the movie 7 come out?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the movie 7 came out on September 22nd, 1995.
Oh, it was my birthday. Well, not that year.
Yeah. So yeah, 7 came out in the same year. Is that right?
So I believe,
Yeah, Usual Suspects 95, 7 95. So yeah, weird. He played a evil killer in two movies that year.
Yeah.
And
in 7, it was a surprise.
And then 2 years later, he was in LA Confidential, which we also saw. You remember that one, right?
Yeah. What am I supposed to talk about? It's confidential. You know what I liked about that one is the confidential breakfast we had beforehand.
They actually gave a tribute to him at the end of the movie, as I recall. It was a little thing they put in there. He was also in Pay It Forward. Saw that. Oh, he was Lex Luthor in Superman Returns, right?
Yes, he was. He was also.
He was in Baby Driver.
He was also in Fred Claus. With Paul Giamatti and I like where your head's at, guy.
Yeah. Vince Vaughn.
Yes, Vince Vaughn. Yeah, where his dream was to be Superman, and this was after he had been in the Superman movie. I was like, oh, that's a cute little wink and a nod.
Oh, okay. I guess I had not put that together. Okay.
But yeah, it's a okay, I don't want to. We all know what he did, right? Look it up. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Or don't look it up.
Yeah, or don't.
Just know he's a bad person. Okay. That's all you need to take away from that. But we're just here to discuss his career, and I know it doesn't exist in a vacuum. Yay, squeaks.
So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Any last thing? Unless you got any last things to say about the movie?
Nope, that's it. I do know that I wanted to watch. What was the other one we got to watch?
Lucky Number
Sleven. That was one of the 2 movies the guy mentioned that I should watch. I was like, okay, well, I'll see about Lucky Number Sleven. He's like, watch The Usual Suspects. That's your homework, and I'm gonna see him on Saturdays. So,
hey, all right.
Yeah, I'll be able to like, I saw it.
Tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow. That's when the sun will come out.
I've not seen that movie, have you?
Annie?
Yeah.
Yeah, watch it in school.
Oh, okay. At least I don't think I have. Anyway, I'm not terribly interested in seeing it. But anyhow, we'll be watching Lucky Number Sleven soon. Perhaps we'll make another video with Azurean's thoughts on that.
I have no thoughts.
But check out Azurean's stream tonight. She'll be playing more Crash Bandicoot 3.
Failing miserably.
I'm sure you'll kick butt.
It's all time trials, and I hate time trials, but we're going to unlock all the secret levels one day. Or bonus levels.
Yay. So so like I said, she's streaming tonight as well as Saturday and Sunday. We'll be playing more Sonic. Yeah?
Yeah, some more Sonic games. Until I've gotten a taste of them all.
Well, the ones you have anyway. Right?
Someday I'll have tasted them all.
And we've also been watching One Piece. We are currently gotten a little bit deep into the Wano arc.
Yes, we're past episode 900, which means only 180 more episodes to go. Actually, more.
But yeah, so we've got a bunch of One Piece content we can talk about. So if you'd be interested in seeing us talk about that, let us know. Like I said, Lucky Number Sleven I'm going to watch next. Probably there. Got plans for a tier list of all the Marvel movies, not just the cinematic universe, but all movies made based on Marvel properties. We're gonna do a little different from the last tier list we did. We're each gonna get our own separate tier list that we're gonna show on screen. Because I don't want us to have to argue about, this was bad, this was good, type of thing. We're each going to be able to put it wherever we personally feel.
At the bottom, Warzone.
Hey, spoilers. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching, everybody! Bye!
Bye.